Hey there, Mr. Martinez. Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, Dr. A, can you hear me?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay.
It's 3:01, and we are streaming live on YouTube, and it doesn't look like anybody's joining us. We'll give it till 3:10,
Okay.
maybe even 3:15.
Sounds great.
Look, man.
Hey there, Ms. Aguillon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ms. Aguillon is our newest school site council member, and she's joining us tonight for ELAC. It's awesome.
Hola, Patricia. Bienvenida.
Hola, buenas tardes a todos.
Ms. Aguillon, we'll start as soon as Ms. Castro joins us, or by 3:15.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Martinez, do you mind giving Ms. Castro a call?
No problem. I'll do it right now.
Run office to the age of 60 for Cal.
All right, Dr. A, she'll be joining in 5 minutes.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, Mr. Martinez, perhaps you can ask Ms. Patricia Aguillon which of the two positions she's interested in as far as the ELAC committee is concerned, the secretary or the representative?
Hola, Pati.
Sí.
Sí, tenemos la pregunta. El doctor A está preguntando de cuál de las dos posiciones le da más interés, el de secretaria o el de representante.
No, de secretaria.
Secretaria, ok.
The reason I
Gracias.
ask is if you could mention it to Ms. Aguillon, Mr. Martinez, that because she's already on, because she was just elected at the school site council, right? She's already going to be at those school site council meetings. And that's what the representative's role generally is to report to the school site council what it is that ELAC is doing and what it is that DLAC is doing. So it's fine, of course, if she wants to be the secretary, I think it's fantastic. But if she's interested in serving as a representative, it makes sense because she's already on school site council, so she could actually serve as the representative as well as the school site council. But again, completely up to her. I just want to make sure that she knows.
Ok. Un segundo. El doctor A está comentando que la razón por qué pregunta es porque una de del trabajo de la representante de ELAC es que vaya a las juntas de School Site Council, que viene siendo de que la acabaron de nominar al consejo del sitio escolar. Y uno de los trabajos es que vengan a las juntas y nos digan qué es lo que está pasando en las juntas de ELAC. So es un trabajo que se transfiere esa posición se transfiere a School Site Council y ELAC. Pero si gusta ser secretaria, también está todo totalmente bien. No sé si me entendió.
Bueno,
Up to
trato
her.
de entender, como platiqué con usted hace un rato, ¿verdad? Acerca de las dos posiciones. Pero si entiendo, la segunda posición es como asistir a las juntas que hace el distrito, ¿verdad?
Sí, claro.
Sí, ya creo que ya me he asistido a juntas así que hablan en general. Entonces, pues básicamente me está diciendo que por qué no exijo el otro puesto porque es algo parecido al donde me enrolé primero.
Sí, como le dijimos, como le digo, uno de los trabajos de la representante de ELAC es que se presente a las juntas del sitio, del consejo del sitio escolar, que viene siendo la otra posición que usted tiene. Entonces,
Porque la otra posición no es para ir, no es como para presentarme a lo que es el distrito, es allí en la escuela Villa, ¿verdad?
sí. Entonces, si usted quiere ser secretaria, está bien, nomás está consejando, dando un consejo, pues.
Sí, entiendo, pero como te comenté, pues apenas voy empezando a enrolar en esto y todavía siento que me hace falta aprender un poquito más de todo esto, ¿ah?
Sí, vamos aprendiendo todos, juntos.
Sí,
Pero sí, como usted guste.
no, sí está bien, mejor así de secretaria.
Okay. She's she's interested in still being secretary.
Got it.
Una pregunta, Mario. ¿Sí me escucha?
Sí, la escucho, dígame.
Por ejemplo, ahorita que bueno, va a empezar la junta, pero si no entran más personas, ¿se cancela o qué pasa?
Dr. She has a question about the meeting. If more people don't join, will it be canceled?
Something's happening with your microphone, Mr.
No se escucha.
Can hear you. It's got a rattle on it. Did you change microphones?
No, I just changed the locations.
Ooh, yeah. Something's happening with the microphone on that device. Okay, so Mr. Martinez, I'm going to suggest that if Ms. Castro doesn't join us in the next 2-3 minutes or so, that we will reschedule this meeting because we have to have her before we can start this meeting. Let's give it a few more minutes here. If you don't mind just explaining to Ms. Aguillon, if you're still with us. Oh, you're frozen. Yikes.
Nobody in.
Sorry, señorita. I'm so sorry. This has been the
Yeah,
problem. We want parents to participate, but they're busy.
yeah, I know.
They can't, you know.
Yeah, Mario is there now?
Yeah, Mario's here. He just is probably changing his camera. Can you hear us, Mr. Martinez? Maybe he can't hear us. Oh no, we lost Mr. Martinez too.
So it's canceled to meeting today? For
We'll
another.
wait a few more minutes. Ms. Castro, el presidente, said she'll be here 5 minutes ago, but it doesn't look like she's able to join us. And we can't do the meeting without her. She has to be here because she's the chairperson. Mario,
Okay.
can you hear me still? Mr. Martinez? Oh, there you go.
Yes, sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I was just.
Okay. Sorry, I was sending the link to
Here she
Ms.
comes.
Castro.
Perfecto. Hello, Ms. Castro. Buenas tardes. Welcome, welcome. Oh, no problem. Your microphone is muted, though. You might want to unmute your microphone. Okay, can you hear us, Ms. Castro? Yes? Oh, she's
Sí.
typing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There it is. Hello, hello.
Disculpas.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to start the meeting now. It is 3:20, and I'm going to share my screen with everybody. If that's okay with you, Ms. Castro, we can begin.
Yes, thank you.
So as you can see, I am sharing the agenda for today. As you can see on the agenda, we have a presentation by yours truly. I will be giving you a very short presentation. It's a longer presentation, but I'm going to have to squeeze it, make it a little bit shorter about something that is referred to as the School Plan for Student Achievement. That's going to be our primary presentation this afternoon. Mr. Martinez?
Ok, la presentación del día de hoy va a ser para el plan de escolar de logro estudiantil.
You'll also notice on the agenda that we have our election, that we're going to elect our secretary for ELAC. And I'm delighted to tell you, Ms. Castro, that we have a nominee, Ms. Patricia Aguillon, has volunteered her services to serve as the secretary. So we can have two people now, two from the three people. If you don't mind sharing that, Mr. Martinez.
El día de hoy tenemos una nueva miembro de ELAC. También ha sido elegida para ser nueva secretaria de ELAC.
So if there aren't any questions, Ms. Castro or Ms. Aguillon, I'll begin a very quick presentation on the School Plan for Student Achievement. Any questions? Preguntas?
No.
No.
Okay, so as you can see, we're going to be talking today about the School Plan for Student Achievement, which we recall the SIPSA, or the SPSA, the SIPSA. Mr. Martinez.
Ok, como mencionamos, el día de hoy vamos a hablar sobre el plan escolar para el logro estudiantil. Lo han visto por SIPSA.
Yeah, what the SIPSA basically is, it has to do with funding and preparation, what it is that we're going to do. But first, I'll start by explaining schools are funded primarily in our state by the taxes that the parents are paying.
Las escuelas se financian primeramente a través de los impuestos de la propiedad estatales y locales de California.
But some of those monies come to us from the federal government. About 9% of it comes to us from the federal government.
El 9% de esos fondos vienen hacia la escuela.
And so because we get money both from the state and we get money from the federal government, we have to have two different plans about what we're going to do with those monies, and those plans have to work together.
Como recibimos fondos del Estado y también federales, tenemos que tener dos planes separados.
The federal plan requires us to have 4 goals, and they call them LCAP goals. LCAP basically stands for Local Control Accountability Plan. We'll explain in a second.
Los fondos federales se requieren que tengamos 4 metas, y esas metas se llaman el plan de responsabilidad del control local.
And here are the 4 goals. The first one is student achievement, where we're trying to help the students with the best education that they can possibly get, especially students that come from low-income families, or kids who are English learners, or students that are in foster care.
Y vamos a hablar sobre las 4 metas. La primera meta es logro estudiantil. El distrito de Santa Ana diseñará y desarrollará, un plan de estudios básicos y instrucción de alta calidad, flexible, innovador, culturalmente sensible, basado en los estándares y apoyos escolados que empoderen a todos los estudiantes, incluido de bajos ingresos, estudiantes de segundo idioma, educación especial, alentar y McKinney-Vento.
The second goal for the federal government, the LCAP goal, is for family and community engagement. So you guys, ways for us to be able to create a way for parents to be involved and families to be involved with their children's learning.
La segunda meta es participación de familia y la comunidad, a partes de interesadas de la comunidad. El distrito de Santa Ana tendrá un sistema de servicios y apoyos de varios niveles que promueve a la familia, el personal y la comunidad, como socios activos en la preparación de todos los estudiantes para preparar para la universidad profesional y el éxito en la vida futura.
The third goal for the federal government, the LCAP goal, is for social emotional wellness. So as a community of district staff members, we want to make sure that our kids are not only learning academic content, but that we're also tending to their mental health and their behavioral well-being.
La tercera meta es el bienestar socioemocional. La comunidad del distrito de Santa Ana brindará a los estudiantes recursos y apoyo de varios niveles para cumplir con su bienestar social, emocional y salud mental.
And the fourth goal for the federal plan is for us to improve our effectiveness and our organizational efficiency.
La cuarta meta es eficiencia. El distrito de Santa Ana creará sistemas que mejoren la eficiencia, implementando soluciones con un alto nivel de servicio y al cliente de profesional para apoyar a los programas educativos del distrito.
So to be clear, these are the 4 goals that we have on our federal plan, which is referred to as the LCAP plan. And we have to have this plan because we receive monies from the federal government. About 9% of our school funding comes from the federal government.
Esas son las 4 metas del plan de responsabilidad del control local y eso es del dinero federal que recibe la escuela.
That 9% that comes to us from the federal government is generally referred to as Title I funding, or sometimes they'll call it Title III funding. But what it is basically money that the federal government gives the states to help supplement students that are still learning English, or students that are disadvantaged, or students that have other special needs.
Ese el 9% del dinero que recibe en la
Microphone,
escuela.
your microphone seems to be.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me? Yes.
No. Can you do a test 1, 2?
Test 1, 2.
Yeah, we can't. It's garbled up again. Did you switch mics or something?
Test 1, 2.
Yeah, it's still garbled. Maybe it's your
Test
internet
1, 2.
connection. Yeah, it's still garbled up. You want to try to jump out and jump back in? Will that help?
Test 1, 2.
Yeah, it's still the same, garbled.
Test 1, 2.
Yeah, it's still garbled, sir. Are you on the Learns account or are you on your normal account?
This is the Learns account.
You're back. You sound great now.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the federal funds are referred to as Title I monies. And as you can see on the screen, what they basically tell us to do is to use those funds to supplement the funding that we get from the state.
El 9% del dinero federal que recibe la escuela se llama Título 1 y con ese dinero se suplementa el programa del Estado.
Yes. So because we get to supplement those, we create something that's called the SIPSA, the School Plan for Student Achievement. And what it basically is it's our major plan for how it is that we're going to use monies to help our kids that are English learners or our kids that need a little bit more support with math or science or things of that nature. That's what the SPSA is, the SIPSA, School Plan for Student Achievement.
Título 1 es una subvención federal para completar los fondos estatales, mejorando el rendimiento académico de los desfavorecidos. SIPSA se utiliza como una forma para que las escuelas documenten los gastos y las necesidades del Título 1. Un segundo. La evaluación de las necesidades y las metas de SIPSA no se limitan al Título 1, pero la financiación del SIPSA es solo del Título 1.
So the LCAP plan, remember that's what the P stands for, Local Control Accountability Plan, has 4 goals. The School Plan for Student Achievement has 6 goals, and they include school climate, learning language, supporting kids who are acquiring language, developing language, English learners, for example, mathematics, parent engagement, and then finally, the final one has to do with MTSS, which is the multi-tier social services. It has to do with social emotional learning, just like our LCAP plan.
I'm sorry, where are those listed?
Oh, I didn't put them up on the screen?
Give me a second. Okay. Los objetivos de SIPSA son 6. El clima escolar, los artes del lenguaje de inglés, el progreso de los aprendizajes de inglés, matemáticas, participación de los padres, el MTSS, que tiene todas las metas de programas de organizaciones, nivel 1, programa básico, todos, nivel 2, programas de intervención, y nivel 3, programas de individualización. Todos los gastos deben impulsar mejoras en estas áreas. Es para mejorar en cada área.
So this is how the School Plan for Student Achievement is developed. As you can see on the screen, back in September, we review the student achievement data, and then we start to develop and revise and approve the SIPSA right about now, October, November. And in that process, we're going to be working towards coming up with a new budget by December so that we can get the School Plan for Student Achievement prepared for next year by January of 2023. And then from January until the end of the year, the School Site Council monitors the effectiveness of the School Plan for Student Achievement. And then we start all over again, every year.
Y este es el proceso de la educación efectiva. En septiembre y en julio se supervisa la eficiencia de SIPSA y luego tienen que revisar los datos de rendimiento a los estudiantes. En septiembre y en junio van a desarrollar y revisar y aprobar SIPSA. En noviembre y diciembre, revisar y aprobar presupuesto escolar. En enero van a abrir la aprobación de la Junta del Gobierno Local y para controlar esto se forma el grupo del sitio estudiantil.
Now, the parents might be asking themselves, okay, what's the point? Why do we need to know all of these things? Well, it's because the ELAC, the committee that Ms. Castro is the chairperson of, and Ms. Aguion will hopefully soon be the secretary, is responsible for advising the school site council on what they need to do to meet the needs of English learners, which are kids that are bilingual students. That's what the ELAC's job is. ELAC advises school site council, and school site council then makes decisions about what to do to meet the needs of English learners.
La razón por qué es importante saber toda la información que le estamos dando ahorita es porque el grupo de ELAC es responsable de los estudiantes que están aprendiendo el lenguaje de inglés. Son responsables para decidir qué tipo de programas o beneficios va a tener los estudiantes que necesitan aprender el inglés y trabajan con el consejo del sitio escolar para poder tener los fondos que necesita ELAC.
So the school site council, which by the way, Ms. Castro, just so you know, Ms. Aguion, Patricia Aguion, who is joining us, is now a council member on the school site council. And what they have already done is they've already reviewed the first two of the 6 goals. And then at our next meeting, they're going to review the other 4 goals as well to see how it is that they need to make a change or not make a change.
Y el trabajo del consejo del sitio escolar es revisar las metas. La última reunión revisamos las primeras 2 metas. En la siguiente que sigue vamos a revisar las que siguen, 2 metas.
So this concludes my presentation. If there's any questions or comments, we'd be happy to respond. If anybody has any questions or comments.
Esto va a concluir la presentación, por si tienen cualquier pregunta para la doctora.
Yo sí tengo una pregunta, pero no sé si la señora Patti quiera comentar algo antes.
No.
Ms. Castro has a question, but she wants to see if Ms. Patty has any questions herself.
Está bien que comente usted primero.
Ok, perfecto. Gracias, Pati. Bueno, mi primer pregunta, me gustaría saber, sé que está hablando de las 4 metas. La segunda meta va relacionado a la familia y la comunidad. Sé que creo que en esa meta está incluido el programa de McKinney-Vento. Quiero que me desglosen un poquito relacionado al programa de McKinney-Vento nada más.
Ms. Castro is talking about the second goal, which is family involvement, family and community involvement. She wants to know if that's related to McKinney-Vento, or if we could talk a little bit more about McKinney-Vento.
No, it's not necessarily related to McKinney-Vento, although they are connected in some way. The idea is the Title I funds are specifically designed for students that have a disadvantage. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong. It just means that they have a disadvantage. So for example, if I only have one parent and everybody else has 2 parents, there's something wrong with me, but I'm disadvantaged. I only have 1 as opposed to 2. And so that's what the Title I funds are supposed to help with, just the disadvantaged kids. The reason I say that is because English learners are considered disadvantaged because they're already fluent in another language and they're learning English. You see, and so as a result, we use special monies to help them because they have it harder than the kids who already speak English. You see, same thing with the McKinney-Vento students. So students, as many of you probably know who are McKinney-Vento students, are students that are either underhoused or are homeless, sadly. And again, you can see they're disadvantaged as well. So yes, McKinney-Vento is covered in this program. English learners are covered in this program, but not because they're the same thing, because all of the money is designed to help all kids that have any disadvantage, including special education students, right? They have some disadvantages as well. Sorry to be talking so long, Mario. Does that make sense? You follow me?
Yeah. Yeah. Los fondos del título 1 son diseñados para los estudiantes que tienen desventajas, que viene siendo ELAC es uno de ellos porque los estudiantes que están en ELAC están aprendiendo un nuevo lenguaje. Ya son, saben, cualquier lenguaje que tienen y luego están aprendiendo otro lenguaje. Es una desventaja para ellos. Y los estudiantes de McKinney-Vento también tienen una desventaja que viene siendo que a veces nomás tienen un padre en casa. Y esa es una desventaja para ellos. O a veces hay más de una familia viviendo en un hogar. Es una desventaja para ellos. Entonces, no son relacionados, pero sí vienen del mismo fondos que vienen siendo título 1.
Acaba de mencionar, de acuerdo con lo que acaba de mencionar el subdirector, pero ya yo ahí sí ya no podría decir lo mismo, porque yo pienso que es conexión con lo de McKinney-Vento, que dice que es una persona que se considera homeless cuando vive con otra familia en el mismo hogar. Entonces, sí, va conectado, porque el alumno vive con otra familia y no es lo mismo, no puede ese niño, ese adolescente poder estudiar donde hay más personas y no hay un espacio libre donde puede estudiar, y eso va conectado con la educación.
So she's saying that she understands a little bit more about the McKinney-Vento. She agrees that it is a disadvantage that sometimes some students have multiple families living at home, and it's hard for them to focus on the studies.
And so we can use these monies to help them either with software or buying them headphones or providing another space for them to go to. So yeah, it's a good plan.
Ms. Castro, ¿sí respondimos su pregunta?
Sí, y lo comenté, hizo el comentario, eso tengo un poquito de conocimiento de esto, pero quise hacer la pregunta porque tal vez muchos padres están en YouTube y no saben qué es McKinney-Vento, no saben si a lo mejor uno puede ser McKinney-Vento, o sea, que también los padres sepan que está ese programa y que también va conectado con la referente a la educación de nuestros hijos, que debemos saber de todos los programas que hay en la escuela y tener conocimiento de lo que pasa.
So she's familiar with McKinney-Vento, but she wanted to ask the question for the people that are watching on YouTube, because a lot of the times they don't understand what McKinney-Vento is or if they even qualify for that program.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it, Ms. Castro. So unless there's any other items, we can move on to the next agenda item.
¿Tiene cualquier otra pregunta?
Señora Patino, ¿quiere comentar algo?
Bueno, estoy un poquito confundida acerca de su comentario. Creo que, bueno, eso que comentó usted por personas que viven así, bueno, los alumnos tienen diferentes clases o diferentes, o sea, ¿cómo le puedo decir? ¿Tienen un trato especial o, bueno, algo así entendí yo?
No, lo que estamos tratando de decir, que muchas familias no saben que tal vez puedan estar en el programa de McKinney-Vento porque son familias que el distrito o la escuela los considera McKinney-Vento por medio de cuando uno llena la forma de registración de los alumnos, de decir cuántos viven en la familia, si usted comparte una vivienda, si usted comparte o vive usted sola. Entonces ellos, la escuela, automáticamente define si usted pertenece a un programa o pertenece a usted a que sea una persona o parte de la familia que usted la consideran homeless. Porque cuando automáticamente el sistema es así del distrito, que cuando uno comparte vivienda con alguien más, nos consideran homeless. Y eso le estaba comentando al subdirector, que esto va muy de la mano y va relacionado porque nosotros como familias a veces que no podemos pagar una renta y tenemos que vivir así, a veces los alumnos no pueden estudiar porque no tienen un espacio. Entonces ese era mi comentario relacionado a esto. No sé si aclaró, señora Pati, o la confundí más.
No, sí me aclaró, pero ¿qué tiene que ver eso en la educación?
Ah, claro, tiene mucho que ver porque el estudiante no puede estudiar porque está compartiendo vivienda.
Pero
No
¿qué
puede.
clase, pero qué clase de ayuda o qué clase de programa lo pueden poner, por ejemplo, en la escuela?
Por eso necesitaría tutoría en relación en la materia que va abajo, si necesita ir más temprano a la escuela, si necesita tener tutoría de matemáticas, de inglés. No sabemos la capacidad que esté nuestro alumno, pero ese sería el enfoque, o sea, buscar ideas en qué forma podemos ayudar a nuestros estudiantes para poder que mejore su educación.
Ok, ya entendí un poco más mejor. Gracias.
De nada.
So our next, I'm sorry, go ahead.
The conversation was just about Ms. Castro clearing up some of the programs that are available for our students here that, the Title I offers.
Yeah, I pick up a little bit. I'm trying to get better with my Espanol, so I picked up un poquito. Gracias. Okay, so now we come to our vote for our secretary position. And I am, believe it or not, happy to announce that at least we have Ms. Aguillon, who nominated and volunteered to serve the community as well. And as we had announced already for about a month, about 5 weeks now, that we would be voting today at this meeting. And here we are, and we have one candidate. So unless Ms. Castro, would you like Ms. Aguillon to serve as the secretary or niet? No.
Yes, I am.
Congratulations, Ms. Aguillon. Thank you so much for serving our team.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, gracias, señora. I appreciate it. Which brings us to the close of our meeting. Our next meeting is on November 30th, which is a Wednesday. It's about a month from now, and we'll make sure to send out reminders to everybody.
Please.
Of course, of course.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Go ahead, Mr. Carmona.
Okay. Ahora vamos a mover a las votaciones. Como ya tenemos como 5 semanas buscando alguien que pueda voluntar su tiempo, tenemos a la señora Aguilón que quiere ser secretaria. La señora Castro votó por ella para que pueda ser secretaria y también ella está, es parte del grupo del sitio de consejos. Y ok, vamos a mover a lo que sigue.
Okay, so we will go ahead and adjourn the meeting. It's now 3:47 p.m. If it's okay with Ms. Castro, we will see everybody in a month.
Yes.
Okay, gracias, señora. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good day.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
See you.